Hello and welcome to session 2. First of all, congratulations on making it through session 1. That was no easy feat. You encountered many new platforms and you had to kind of go through the learning curve of figuring out how to use them. And you did, and you're here. You encountered not only Canvas, which may be your first time using Canvas, you encountered a various blog platform. We also worked with Flipgrid and we worked with Padlet to post our links. So there's lots of different platforms we were working with. And so I see that many of you have accomplished all of them. That's great. And I see that some of you are still catching up. That's great. You will get the speed of it. You will get the hang of things this week. So kudos to you for that. I do want to let you know that things will get easier once you get up and going. There's a definite rhythm to the class. So give yourself time for that learning curve and the extra work that it takes at first, because it will level out as we get into the third and fourth week. You will find a groove. So congrats on that. Stick with it. Be patient with yourself. I do have one announcement before we jump into the agenda for this week. I do want to make sure that you are ordering the required text for the course. It seems to be backlogged a little bit. This does happen, it seems, every semester that this book is backlogged. It's actually a book from 2010, but it's still very widely used, and a lot of students, when they buy this book, do not sell it back. And so there's a lower supply, but yet a continued high demand for the book. So that's why even buying this book used can be very much similar to the new price. So students have had luck buying this through the eCampus bookstore, through the marketplace. Amazon, barnesandnoble.com, people have been using. You can go directly to the publisher as well, which is NCTE, National Council Teachers of English. I included their information in one of the discussion posts from last week. Otherwise, you can just search them online and directly order it through them, and they can send it to you, but it's still in print, so you should be able to get the book. If you have a couple weeks that it's going to take to come, that's okay. I will provide PDFs of the first couple chapters so that you can stay with the course and you won't be behind. I just cannot provide PDFs of the whole book. That would be a huge violation of copyright, and we want to make sure Heather Latimer, the teacher who wrote this book, gets the credit for all the work that she's done and all the work she's done working with teachers. So do order the book. If you haven't already, just get on that, get it ordered, get the shipping, get yourself on the shipping queue so it's coming to you soon. And I will provide PDFs for those weeks, the gap while you're waiting for the shipment. All right, and now focusing to our topic. I just have a brief overview of our topic for this week and also kind of what we're doing this week. So here we are, session 2 module. Now this just has all the resources. Again, to know what we're doing and what's required, you want to click on the session agenda right here. That's going to be your map taking you through the week and what we're doing for the week. And we're just going to double click because it's going to take us out to Google Drive or Google Docs, which is where I create the agendas. Our session agenda for session 2. And our topic this week is really looking at adolescent literacies and looking at adolescence as a subculture in itself. So if you want to think of a focus, a good guiding focus question for the whole week, that would be, and there's some helpful ones right here as well, that would be, who are your students? Who are they? How do they engage with topics, ideas, language, and what assets do they have that you can tap into and build on? So those are really the questions. So we're looking at adolescence as a subculture in itself. We're also looking at urban literacies as a subculture in itself as well. So like urban communication practices as having cultural assets and strengths in themselves. So when you think about the classes showing up, or the students showing up to your classes, they are not only adolescents, but they are also going to have various cultural assets that they're bringing to the classroom as well. And so we want to really think about who are our students and how can we design our curriculum to best match those assets. So you'll be thinking about adolescent literacies, adolescent culture, but also you'll be thinking about culturally responsive pedagogy, which is pedagogy, curriculum that responds to the students, what their assets are, what their needs are. So keep that in mind, that we're looking at curriculum not as something static, but something as dynamic and evolving and changing and shifting depending on the students that you have in your classroom. So those are going to be the main questions that you'll be reviewing this week. There's 2 readings that you'll be reading, and there's 2 videos that go along with that. So look to your syllabus for those. And then also, whether before, you may want to watch this before or after, but there is a mini lecture that goes over some of these topics and these concepts. And so this might be a very good lecture to listen or view before you do the readings to get to prime your mind and get it set to go, or it might be helpful to watch it after, or it might be helpful to do it in both. I encourage you to explore that and how it best helps you as a learner, but this is a video that you will want to watch. It takes some of these ideas even deeper than the readings. And then the main activity that you'll be working on this week is getting blog post 1 ready to publish. Blog post 1 is of your disciplinary inquiry blog is due on Friday. And so this resource list here, you may have seen it before. If not, this might be the first time you're looking at it. This resource list, you can click on it there, is actually a list of resources, all the resources that you will need to complete blog post 1 and 2, as well as some examples. So you have here the inquiry blog assignment sheet that we were introduced to last week, the rubric, which you were introduced to last week, some tutorial helpful resources here related to setting up the blog. Then here you have all the different resources related to your class's blog posts, your groups, examples from the past. So all of these resources will be helpful as you set up your blog post number 1 this week. There are also some examples here of other blogs as you're starting to think about what topic you want to do. Blog post number 2 is due next week, where you'll be deciding on your topic, but you can look ahead here to some of these for examples. Keep in mind that this resource list, it's listed here on the agenda, back here under disciplinary inquiry blog. However, if you remember, if you click on, when you're back on our Canvas page, if you click on syllabus, all of the resource pages are also located on this syllabus page in this box of quick links to project resources. So wherever you are in the course, you can always come back to this resource page by going to the syllabus link on the left hand here, and then coming here to the quick links. You could click this and it'll take you to the same resource page. So there's various ways that you can get to all the resources you need. So coming back to the session 2 agenda, you're going to be working on publishing blog post number 1 due this Friday. And remember to review the blog post 1 of your peers in your inquiry group and give them responses by Sunday at midnight. And then for those of you looking ahead to blog post 2, which is due next week, you may want to get a little bit extra feedback and support on the topic choice and what you're thinking about. So if you click on this link right here, it will actually take you to an optional discussion thread where you can post a topic that you're thinking about and you can get feedback on it. I will be watching that thread closely and giving people feedback. So if you want feedback specifically on that topic and you're trying to think about, oh, do I want to focus on this or do I want to focus on this? I will definitely be responding to you there. So feel free to visit this discussion thread to post a possible topic that you're thinking about. That's for blog post 2, which is due next week. Also, keep in mind that we do have a discuss activity that is due, it says due Thursday. It actually is due Friday. I'll fix that. But this is actually responding to the readings that you read. And the videos that you watched for this week. So you will post your initial post by Friday at 11:59 p.m. and then by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. you will go back and respond to 2 posts of your peers. So that's what you need to do for the discuss activity. This is going to be discuss number 2. For your reflect activities, we do not have any reflect activity this week. That's to open up more space for you to finish your blog post number 1 and do your discuss posts and then do all your peer responses to the blogs and the discuss that are due on Sunday. So no reflect activity this week. So that is what we have in store for this week. If you have any other further questions, feel free to email me, but I hope this gives you a nice overview and some direction for where to go. I look forward to seeing you going forward in the week and next week to come.